Hello everyone. We are continuing with the law of partnerships, and we've already taken a look at the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Now, the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, the LLP Act of 2008, is what we are going to be taking a look at next. All of us are aware about the limitations of the partnership form of organization. One of the biggest limitations is that of unlimited liability. And also, if you want your firm to run in a very professional manner and you want more capital, basically, you want a good system of managing the firm, then the traditional partnership firm might not be the best option. And for that, the LLP is more suitable in that case. If you want a professional structure and you don't want that characteristic feature of unlimited liability, you don't want the principle of mutual agency of partnership, then the LLP is the right concept or the right form of organization for you. Now, the LLP emerged because of certain committee recommendations. The Naresh Chandra Committee report on regulation of private companies and partnership, and the Dr. J.J. Irani Committee report on company law. These two reports were instrumental in putting forth the need for a form of organization such as the LLP. So the LLP basically emerged as a result of these committees and their findings, and also it became an alternative to the traditional partnership form of organization. So it has the features of a corporate business entity, and it gives the benefits of limited liability and the partnership form of organization, the flexibility of a partnership vis-a-vis that of a company form of organization. So let's very quickly take a look at what is the nature of a limited liability partnership. So an LLP is a corporate entity. So unlike a partnership, it has its own distinct identity. Just like a company has its own separate identity, a LLP has its separate identity. It is not one with the partners, unlike in case of a partnership firm, traditional partnership firm. Then an LLP as such is unaffected by any change in partners, just like a corporate form of organization where a change in shareholders does not impact the existence of the corporate form of organization. Then the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act of 1932 are not applicable. The Companies Act and the LLP Act are applicable to the LLP. You require a minimum of two partners to form an LLP, and you need at least two designated partners. So you need two partners who will function almost like how you have directors in a company. Like that, designated partners will be, present on the MCA portal, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the portal, and they will also be signing documents, and they'll be signatories basically for all the documentation relating to the LLP. So you need at least two such designated partners, one of whom should be resident in India. And the liability of partners for acts of other partners is not that like a traditional partnership. A partner is liable for his acts. He cannot bind others by his acts, so others will not be held liable for any misconduct by a particular partner, and the mutual rights and duties of partners are governed by an LLP agreement. So there's a formal LLP agreement which the partners have to enter into and sign. It is to be properly documented, it is in writing, and the mutual rights and duties are governed by those. So there is no confusion on that front. So an LLP offers certain distinct advantages. One is flexibility. So unlike a private limited company or a public limited company, an LLP is fairly flexible. You don't have to have the concept of annual general meetings and board meetings and things like that. Those kind of restrictions are not there. Those many legal compliances are also not there. Then it offers the biggest advantage of limited liability, which is a feature of a corporate form of organization, and it is not a feature of a traditional partnership. So if you want to enter into a partnership and you don't want unlimited liability, it's the right form of organization for you. Then it has a corporate existence, like a more professional setup as compared to a traditional partnership. It actually enables small businesses and family enterprises to function in a professional manner. Just it gives them a more a greater degree of professionalism in their operations. And as I mentioned, there are lesser number of compliances compared to when you look at a private company or a public company. So thank you for listening, and I hope you'll be taking a look at the next video, salient features of the LLP Act 2008. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave your comments and feedback. Thank you. This is Dr. Mariam Narona.